And I can put you in. I can put you in. And I can put you in. I can put you in.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
What's going on, America? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for tuning in to the BHLC podcast, which stands for the Big Head Light Skin Comedian Podcast, which is me. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I got a great show for y'all tonight, but you gotta be paying attention because we're gonna have a lot of good stuff we're going over tonight. I got a lot of good stuff for you, America. I really do. But let me go over a couple of things first and foremost. First and foremost, I gotta go over a couple of sponsors. My first sponsor is All Good Computers on 7405 Preston Highway. They want to keep this computer tight. And also to the Smile Center on 7405 LaGrange Road. Y'all go see Dr. Kane. He keeps my teeth right. As a matter of fact, he owed me one tooth right now. We're working on that though. Also too, I just want to go over a couple of things. My podcast is on Spotify, YouTube, Radio Public, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, and Anchor. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be looking at me every now and then. So also too, this is the month of November. And being that it's the month of November, this is diabetes month. And make sure whatever you do, you're eating and exercising right if you're diabetic. I'm one. So I make sure I eat right and everything. But it's kind of hard for me. It's kind of messed up that it's diabetes month here in the month of November, knowing Thanksgiving is 2 weeks away. Knowing everybody gonna have gravy and turkey all on their plate, knowing they're supposed to be eating that bad macaroni and cheese, but you're still gonna eat. You even got to eat that old bad potato salad your auntie bring over every year. But just make sure you eat healthy because health is wealth, and make sure you keep yourself straight, especially if you're diabetic. Also, too, I want to talk about this. This is real big. It's Veteran Week, and make sure if you see any veteran or you know any veteran, show them some love because they the one to keep America tight. So we definitely got to keep our soldiers in our minds always in our thoughts because they want to keep America going. There would be no United States without the veterans, okay? So that's for that for sure. And I hope you did something positive yesterday being that it was Veterans Day. And one more thing. This is real important. This is National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Also, it's the servicing for the Veterans Service Line. 1-800-273-8255. I'm going to say it again. 1-800-273-8255. This is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. If you know somebody or even yourself thinking about doing something suicide-wise or some mental things, call that number and they'll help you out because suicide is a big thing. 100 out of 100% of the people, 21% of the age that starts off with suicide at a young age is 11 years old. So we have to take this very serious. Yeah, 11 years old. All right. Without further ado, I got to talk about my guest. I'm ready to bring it here. He's a good friend of mine. I'm so stoked and got plenty of energy. I'm so glad to have him. I don't even mind gonna go over his resume. I'm gonna let him explain that to you because we've got past where we've did movies together and things, and he really is a up and coming big actor. And I know this guy is gonna be famous. I just know it because he just works so hard in the entertainment business, being an actor. So I want y'all to give him a big BHLC podcast welcome. Y'all show some love for the one and only Zachary Thomas Mizer. Y'all show some love for him. Great, bring him in. What's going on, Zach?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on? Good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too, dude. I'm glad that we were finally able to link up. Hey, that the timing on this is like as you were like talking and getting closer, I heard my son, who I told I was going to the store. There he is, right there.
What's going on, little man?
He was coming down the stairs as you were giving that intro, and I was like, "Oh, I know he's about to. This time it's about to work out."
Yeah, what's up, little man?
Yeah, this is my partner in crime. This is Noah.
Yeah, what's up, Noah? What's up? Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, you know, families are important. You know, families definitely important. Families will keep us going. So
yeah.
How old are you, Noah? How old are you?
Noah's 8. He's you looking for your dinosaur?
Yeah.
You gotta have your dinosaur. Go ahead and get it. Man, but hey, let's use our inside voice, okay, Ben? Love you. What's up, man?
Man, you know me, just
It-
doing me, man, doing me with my stand up and my podcast. I've been having it for a couple years, and this is where I roll, man. I want you to tell people just a little bit about.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I really do.
Listen, I was listening to you. This is your bubble. This is your zone. This is,
Yes.
I picked up on that, So it's been 6 years since we did
the
Clinic.
movie. Yes, sure has. Yes,
That was my very first gig, man. Very first thing on. Yeah, very first.
Great. You did great, man.
Feature. Huh?
You did great in that, man. You did great. Just, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. That's where I always operate. Tell me a little bit about yourself as an actor, man, because I'm just so stoked.
I've been cranking since Clinic. My thing with acting started 6 years ago, and since Clinic, really it was a God thing. Since that has happened, I've hit the ground running with this thing. I've been out of my full-time job for a year and 1 month now, doing the acting full-time now.
Okay.
It's obviously being where I am in Kentucky. I was told by a lot of people that I would never be able to move past independent projects. I would never be able to get to that next level. And I got news for you. That's just not true.
That's right.
If you're passionate about something and you believe that you're following something that your heart's calling you to do, and you put in that work to match what your heart's calling you to do, then you can take it, and that's basically what I've been doing, man. I'm 33 years old, and this is, I've messed with a few other different professions. I've gone to school for a couple months for things that I thought I wanted to do, and let me tell you something. It doesn't necessarily take an agent for somebody who's interested in this career to get a start, to build all of the things that you need for your credentials and your resume. It just takes a willingness and a drive to go out there and look for the work yourself and put in the work behind the scenes, and don't, you know what I mean? And don't give up. That's what I've been doing. So here recently, in the last year, I have finally acquired a manager. So I want to give a huge shout out to my manager, Creative. They're based out of Los Angeles.
Great.
And through that relationship, which is it's a beautiful, transparent relationship that I have between myself and them. It's I say beautiful, man. Like that's not the right word. It's 1 in a million.
Right.
So they've gotten my face. They've gotten this ugly mug in front of some bigger casting directors. So here recently, I've been very fortunate to have landed a couple of big, cable things. And I'm not going to say these to brag or boast, because that's not what I'm doing. If you want credits, I can tell you credits. It's on IMDb. It doesn't matter.
Talk about some of them. I know I've seen some of the stuff you've been doing. I've been keeping up with you.
It's a gambit, man. You climb the ladder. You basically, what you do is you start off with these smaller roles to show these networks, these production companies, that when you get to set and their time is money, that you can do what you need to do and not waste their money. Right. So Lionsgate trusted me on Power Raising Cannon. I've got a recurring role on that. That's when great. That new season dropped.
I watched that show too a lot.
Dude, when I was filming the episode, the first one, it didn't feel like I was making something for Lionsgate, bro. Right. Okay. It didn't feel like I was making something for stars. It felt like I'm with friends and we're making something and doing something that we love to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
London Brown plays Marvin in the show. He was phenomenal. To somebody to just play with, I
love his
and
role.
Then Russell Tovey, he plays Patrick in American Horror Story, this new season that's out. He's one of the series regulars in that, and he was a phenomenal talent to play opposite of. I had a pretty heavy scene with my co-star role in that episode of American Horror Story, something that I'd never done before, something that I didn't know if I was going to be able to sell it.
Right.
But I I just found out he did an interview with Variety magazine, and they were kind of talking about that scene, and he was saying that he said, as this is Russell speaking. He said, as a gay man, to find out that I'm going to have this heavy kissing and passion scene with a straight man, you're nervous as to whether how that's going to go, how that's going to come across. But he said at one point, this guy just put his tongue in my mouth, and he just said, I said to him when we cut, did you put your tongue in my mouth? And I said, yeah, let's sell this thing, because they're getting the camera so close to you that if you want, you can fake it and it's going to read as fake. Right. Or you can dive into this character. You can totally forget who you are and just jump into this character. And that's what I did. And he gave me his permission to sell the scene with him. And that's what we did. And then the other one was Dick Wolf's FBI series that's on CBS. I had FBI Wanted. FBI Wanted. Yeah, you saw that one?
Yes, I saw it. You did great, man.
Yeah, Antagonist. Cold-blooded killers. That's what I get, man. I get cold-blooded killers.
But then, you know what? That's what I was just getting ready to say to you. I want to ask you, and you pretty much own it. What is the first thing you do to research and approach a role? Because a lot of times, as actors, and I've been in a couple of, some movies there. I ain't been in what you've been in, but I've been in some low-budget movies. But once I get my role and my character, I dig deep into it. I'm making sure that I'm that person for however long I'm supposed to be that person. And I am that person until it's completely over, till the project's over. But my question, like I said, what is the first thing you do to research and approach a role?
I would. This probably answers more of the approaching a role. Some do require the researching, like period pieces. I did have one with the History Channel where I was on 2 episodes of this thing called Booze, Bets, and Sex That Built America, and I played this guy Buck Duke, who's from the 1800s. His dad was a poor tobacco farmer. And then he goes on to create this conglomerate, bro. He owns 95% of manufactured cigarettes. Before him, it was tobacco farms. There was no such thing as manufactured cigarettes. So this dude was like a titan, Right. And so Google, I got on Google and I just started finding out everything I could. I watched every YouTube video I could on this man. Right. And then I wanted something that had his dialect and his tone of voice. I wanted something that I could screen record or have the link on hand. And I would approach that once a day in the morning and twice a day, once in the morning and then one sometime around 5 or 6 or before I went to bed so that I could remember that. And that helped me stay in tune in the beginning of the day with his dialect and tone. And then at the end of the night before I went to bed. And so that was very helpful for that role. But understanding a character for why they're doing what it is that they're doing or why they feel the way that they feel, I think I would just have to show you some of my sides. I mean, when I have my pages printed out, on the left side with an arrow pointed to this word or to this sentence, and I've got, this chunk statement right here. And what happens through that is I'll read it this way a couple of times with that incorporation or whatever it is. And then eventually what I find is that something just clicks. And it's like I read for, I forget the line, but I was reading this script and I was like, what is this line? And then eventually it hit me. I was in the car with my wife and I was just going over my lines and I was like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do is why that's what it is. And she was like, what are you talking about? Right. So, but like, as an artist, you kind of, you live in that headset, bro. You
live in that person, that character. And that's why I tell people, when you take on the role as an actor, you have to be that person. Especially when you're studying it, even around your family members, they don't understand what you're doing, but you are that person. Because once you get on set, you are that person. Yeah. No doubt, whatever the role is, you are that person. You have
Did you ever leave a movie growing up, or even now? Still, some are so powerful that they have that effect on you. But you leave a movie and you feel like the lead character. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you leave that movie and you're like, "What? What'd you just say to me?" You know, or like, you know, you just leave and you feel entranced and overcome. And I remember that. I remember that very strongly as a kid. I remember feeling like that, wanting to live in somebody else's shoes, to not necessarily even understand why they were the way that they were, but just to feel the way that they felt, you know, something totally different from the way who I am.
Yeah. And
So.
see, that's just like, I'm going to go back to when I first did my very first audition for a movie here in Louisville. And I'm not going to say the name of the movie, whatever, but long story short, I was that person for them couple minutes. I was that person. They gave me some lines. And they gave me just a little bit of time to study. I was that person. When I left there, I probably was about maybe 5 to 10 minutes from my house, and they had everybody's number, cell phone number. They called me. They called me, Zach, and the first thing he said to me, he said, "Man, I'm gonna be honest with you." He said, "We watched a lot of auditions today. You, and not to be too my own horn, he said you was the best." He said, "I've never seen somebody play that line." He said, "You was that person. You went totally. You had all the energy, everything." And I said, "Well, I appreciate that." I said, "But I'm far off from where I want to be." I said, I'm still a work in progress, because I said, "This was my first audition." She said, "No, you lying." I said, "This is my very first audition." "No, I'm not lying to you." But with that said, I believed in myself and I believe in the character. That's why I had this research and approach role, because that's so important being an actor. You know, you might have something to come across, so you'd be like, I wouldn't mind playing this role, but I don't believe in this. You know what I'm saying? You might tell your agent, "Can you give me something that I want to believe in, so I can be that person?" And I think that's a lot of times that's really important, more than anything too, with being an actor, because you got to be that person. This is one thing. That's what I want to ask you too. Why did you kind of answer that? Why did you want to be an actor? You kind of answered that earlier. But,
third grade, I auditioned for Pinocchio with my best friend, and the next day at school, I found out that he got it, and I got cast as Stromboli. So if you're familiar at all with that movie at all, he's got that scene where Stromboli catches his ass and throws him in that cage. And I remember opening night, I threw my friend in that cage, and it was the first time that I'd ever felt like a sense of disappointment, but more so a sense of, I want so much. I want this so much, you know, like that. And so I remember that from my earliest memory, but I think a lot of it has to do with my drama and music teacher, Maria Palacios, in middle school. She played a huge part into showing me the fun and the helping me to express that creativeness, because whether you're an actor, a musician, a writer, whatever it is, like if you have that creative bone inside of you, then you have to find an outlet for that, you know? And she helped me to express that outlet in that form. And that made me realize how much fun I could have. And I did. And then freshman year, I did, for my English class, I had to do a scene from Romeo and Juliet. So me and my best friend did that. And then basically I jumped out of it because I kind of went down a dark path with drugs and alcohol. And 6 years ago, like I said, man, it was that God moment for me that it was very intricate. It was very personal, and what happened to me. And it was just like, oh yeah, I did love that a lot.
Right.
And so I kid, like I said, man, I've gone for culinary, I've gone for like marketing, I've gone for wanted to do business. I had my own like juice line, e-cig juice line at one point, and then everything eventually stopped becoming fun and entertaining. I lost interest.
Right.
And I have not lost interest in 6 years. It's just gotten, it just consumes me, man. You know, I want it more and more.
Man, you're definitely a natural with acting, man. I mean, you have the it to me. You know what I'm saying? You're just a natural. You really are. And I really, I just love you working the way you work too, you know, doing acting. So you're just a natural with it. But also this is what I want to ask you too, more than anything. Maybe, I don't know if you ever thought about Broadway actor versus movie actor. Because Broadway doing plays, I've did some plays here a long time ago here in Louisville. And it's a little different doing stage plays versus being a movie actor, running Broadway actor. And a lot of people don't. Some people don't know that, but some people do this in the industry, and it's different genres, different languages, different actor languages, and but what's your feel on that as far as being a Broadway actor versus a movie actor?
I don't know. You brought this subtitle out, and I saw like this celebrity deathmatch fight that was about to take place between a Broadway actor and a movie actor.
Yeah, it's more like Broadway. I should say Broadway versus movie actor.
No. Stage versus TV and film.
Okay.
Right? Is that
what's that now? Yeah, it's more like stage. I'm going to say stage versus being a movie.
So like theater versus TV and film, like which?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, dude, I had so much fun with theater as a kid. Like I never did anything professional. It was all school stuff, but I had so much fun. And you build families, you build friends and family inside of those 3-month rehearsals or whatever. Not as a kid. That's not what we were doing as kids. But I'm actually pretty ignorant when it comes to a lot of the specs that fall behind professional, probably Broadway level theater. But I will say, the very first, when I first got that niche to act again 6 years ago, that was my thing. I was like, I'm going to go audition for something locally, and I'll see if this is real or if this is just a fluke. So I auditioned for this little Clark theater right across the water from us. They were doing this guy by the name of Andrew was putting on this show called Backstage Secrets, and I auditioned for the lead role with the hopes of getting a supporting, and he offered me the lead role. And it was a lot of lines, my man.
Right. I'm sure.
And I was like, okay, but can I remember this? And sure enough, I could never remember math, science, history, any of that stuff. For however hard I tried to get a C+ or a B- in school. But for some reason with acting, the script was like, okay, you can remember this like, the back of your hand. But it's 3 months. And, if I was single and didn't have kids, I probably, when I wasn't doing TV and film, I would find a way to be in any theater around here,
Right.
But unfortunately, I can't. I would not be able to invest the time in it. But it is totally a different thing. I think the cool thing, the most unique thing about theater is that if you went out there tonight on that stage to give a performance, that's the only audience that's going to see that moment that you gave to them.
Right.
The next night, they'll see a different cool moment, but it's not going to be the one that the audience last night saw because it's powerful and it's in that moment,
Right. Yeah. And you're right. That's the difference, because doing stage work, like I said, stage work, I did a lot of stage work. Well, first of all, I'm like you, back in high school, I had a drama class, and that's when I got the itch a little bit for it. But when you do stage work, I did some stage work at the Macaulay Theater when it was here. I don't even think it's still around. It's totally different from actually doing when you're in a movie, doing the settings are different. Like you said, the people are actually out there in the audience, and they can feel that all your vibe, all your energy, and everything you playing of that character on stage.
Yeah.
Versus, being an actor is just a little different. It's just a little different feel, but it's both the same genre to me. It's just a little different ways of handling it more than anything.
Yeah. You got to hit the people in the back row.
Yeah.
You
do.
And TV and film, if that camera is right there, everything's still right behind my eyes,
Right.
So
it's
like
right up on you. Yeah. So and this one, this question here is more or less for the people who's watching. I'm gonna get rid of it. It's at the bottom. Your favorite color, music, and actors. Got three-part questions. So.
Oh man, I'm a freak with music. I listen to anything.
Oh yeah.
An actor. I will say, okay, to answer the favorite actor too, Jim Carrey. Growing up, when I got into this, I was like, I'm gonna do Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, the sequel. That's what is going to happen when I grow up.
Okay.
Like that. I just saw comedy. I saw comedy as my source of acting. That was what I saw. And oddly enough, I don't know if you're familiar with like my favorite show is The Office. So any one of those characters on The Office is my jam. But like that's more that dry humor. Like, is he serious or is he joking? Like that's my kind of humor.
Okay.
But for the most part, like with the intent of getting into comedy, I've done, verbally, emotionally, and physically abusive husbands with drinking problems and psychopath killers. So totally opposite from Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura: Pet Detective and what I thought I was going to get into.
Right.
But and music, to answer the music question, because I do listen to everything.
Okay.
I've got a couple jams that I'll go to, like Jason Mraz Remedy. That helps me to just go from wherever I'm at to get to a new place. And like by the end of it, I'm losing my voice singing at the top of my lungs, and I feel good. You know, I feel better. But when I was doing that show with Power, you know, being a period piece or whatever, 80s or 90s, my character is this he's this Wall Street douchebag, and it was Posse on Broadway. There was just a line in that song where he talks about this dude, Larry is the white guy, people think he's funny. Real estate investor who makes a lot of money. And I was like, that's it. You know? So like if there's like I think music does play a really good instrument in helping an actor with their instrument. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, it does. It does, because music calms the soul. Music is the best thing for the soul. And it really, music, that's like when I was working at the gym today. When I was listening to my music, it made me feel more comfortable working out. I won't even go hard because it just calms you. It gets you ready for whatever you about ready to be prepared, what you doing or what you about ready to go do. Music is a beautiful thing. I love music. There's all different type of music. I listen to all different type of music, from jazz, blues. It's whatever, but it's whatever works for you.
Right.
You know what I'm
you
saying?
ever just listen to some scores, TV and film scores?
No, I haven't. No.
Try that. Try it. Give it a whirl. Get on YouTube and just type in scores for productions.
And you know, there's soundtracks I heard from movies and stuff too that are awesome, from back in the days till now, that are just awesome. You hear me? I mean, the music is just awesome. This is another thing too I wanted to, something people don't know about you. I know you've talked about a lot on here so far, but what is something that the people don't know nothing about you? I could tell you, man. Everybody.
Well, well, I don't know if people know that I'm addicted to my e-cig, but I've had it over here to my left this whole time, and I'm like, I want to hit it. You know, something people don't know about me is that I have my firstborn, my 8-year-old that you guys just met. He was diagnosed with trisomy 21, which is the scientific term for Down syndrome. And at the age that we had him, I was 24, my wife was 22, and the odds in numbers statistically were like 1 out of, it might have been, I might be undershooting it here. It was like 1 out of like every 500,000 people at that age range have a child with special needs with Down syndrome. So, you know, that's something that I don't know that a lot of people know. And he's got my creative gene too. Dude's always wanting to like put on a show, and he's a hand trying to steal the camera time from me.
Right. Yeah. This is, you know, I'm gonna tell you, man. We live in a world there's a whole lot going on. And let me go over. I got a couple of comments here, man. I got a lot of comments here. Tab T, Maria Griffith. They want me to bring I'm getting ready to get to my other guest. What is your favorite today? Maria Griffith. I'm ready to get the tab to you. Y'all calm down. Anyway, what is your favorite type of movie? Action, drama. Okay. It's one young lady named Tara Burns. She said, "What's your favorite type of movie? Action or drama?" Is what she was saying.
I think that's
from one of my people here. So.
Can I say both? No, both. I like both. If the storyline is there, but I think. Dramas are good. Dramas are here, I think, and action's kind of more, here. I think a good drama. A good drama, Good
drama, yeah. Man, I'm really, really glad that I had you on this podcast, because I know how much what you do to be an actor. I know how important it is for you to be an actor. And
dude, and I'm sorry we've missed each other a couple of times.
Man, you know what? I knew you were so busy, and I'm busy too. So I was like, well, we'll make it happen. And I'm so glad we did make it happen. And how ironic we made it happen here close to Thanksgiving, which is about family and about people being together and coming together, which is beautiful. But I knew from day one we put that movie. I put that movie down in the clinic, and you took over my spot and you've done it. I said he's gonna be good. As long as he keep doing it, he's going to be good. And I've always been a fan of yours, man.
Thank you.
I want you to keep doing what you're doing, because it's a gift you have through God first. And he's blessed you, Jay's blessed you with a beautiful family, your son, your wife. You just keep doing what you're doing. And I want to say this too. If it's anything you want the people to know, what to watch, where they can go watch some of your stuff at, put that out there right now before and how they
Red
play
Right
content.
Hand is going to be coming to a theater soon. I had a small role opposite of Annie McDowell, which, if you don't know who she is, I knew her from Groundhog's Day. She played Bill Murray's love interest in that. So that'll be coming out soon. And then you can watch FBI Most Wanted on, I think it's streaming on Hulu now or Paramount. American Horror Story, you could check out my episode. I think it was episode 3. I know that's on Hulu, and it also has reruns on FX. And then keep an eye out for Power, Raising Cannon, and
Raising Canaan. I'm going to check you out there because I missed you on there. I'm going to go whatever.
Well, no, it hasn't been released yet.
Okay.
I'm in the new season. It'll be whenever that comes out next year.
Season 3. I love Raising Canaan. I watch that, and I watch a little bit of Power too. So yeah, for sure. Man,
good. Yeah,
man. It's just glad to see you. Glad to see you doing all right. Glad to see the families. I keep up with you through social media, man. Just keep being you, man, because ain't nothing better in life than just following what you want to do in your life, and you following your dream of being an actor, and that's a beautiful thing, man. I've always had much love for you because I know how much you love it, and
dude.
I know your story, and you've put that out here, and just keep doing you, man, and just keep staying humble, and blessings will flow for you, you know, because
Thank you.
That person, so. And maybe
hopefully we'll get a chance to circle back. You know, if we get a chance to circle back and do this again sometime. But
for sure.
And listen, I really do. I appreciate you being patient with me. I know that I could say I had a busy schedule, but I genuinely listen to me, man. I appreciate this. It was good to see your face, see that smile, man. We had so much we had so much fun on that set.
Oh my God!
It's an honor. It really is. It's an honor to be on here with you, bro.
We all learn from each other doing that movie. For us, just learn about actors' life and being an actor, better actor. We all learn from each other. I learned from you what you was doing, but we learned from each other. And that's the beautiful thing about being on the set.
Somewhere out there, TZ's out there with that smile right now, too. TZ, we see you, man, wherever you are.
He's out there in Cali. Man, hey, I really thank you for coming, man, and just keep being you. And as a matter of fact, what I'm going to do is, when I get to some of your stuff, I'll put it on my page so people can follow you. That's
cool, man. I appreciate that. And then send me a link for your stuff, too, so that I can put your info out there as well.
Definitely will.
That way I can share that.
I even send it to TZ, something, whatever I get from you, I'm going to send it to TZ. So, and I enjoyed it, man. I'm going to let you go ahead and I know your son, he's like, hey, man, when you going to get ready. Hey, I'm an actor.
All right, bro. Hey, much love. Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas. God bless. And thank you, everybody.
All right. Okay. Thanks for being part of this, Zach. Much love to you.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir. See you later.
Right. Okay, later. All right, y'all. That was my good friend, Zachary Thomas Mazza. Now I got another guest for my podcast. She's an author and writer for books. And I'm going to let her tell a little bit about herself because I'll mess it all up. Good friend of mine. I love her to death. She's good people. Y'all give her a big BHLC podcast love. Y'all give it to the one and only, Miss Tab T. Woo, woo. Woo, woo. There it is. She's here. What's up, America? Yeah, this is Tab T. I'm going to let her tell a little bit about herself because I don't know a whole lot about writing, so she knows a little bit more than me, and I know the fans have been waiting because I see what Maria Griffith about, where's Tab T? Well, she's here. Okay, so.
Okay, Miss Cookie. We're going to give it up. How y'all doing? My name is author Tab T. I am a local author. I write urban love stories. And I want to get my little thank yous out before we dive into it. So first of all, I want to thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, for sure.
Woo, 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 woo. And I have to give a big shout out to the late, great Rico Lovelace.
Yeah, for sure. Much love, Rico. Much love.
A big supporter.
R.I.P.
If y'all know Rico, he was funny. He made you
Very
laugh.
funny.
If he knew you was trying to do something, yes. He said he was the next little thing, but he didn't know he was the next big thing.
Exactly.
Woo, 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 woo. So let's get into these books. Okay.
Yes.
I have written 3 books. Man, 2, and Twins. So Man.
See that man? You see man? We got to get that. We got to get that.
We got man 2.
Man 2. You want to be a better man, gonna be man 2.
And then we have twins. Okay, y'all see it?
See twins?
You see it. You see it. Okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit about it. It's an urban love story, man, and it's about this lady. She's on drugs. Her name is Terry, and she owes the dope man some money. Y'all know how that goes. So man is the dope man, okay? His street name is Man, okay? And he goes over to Terry's house one day to collect his money. So Terry doesn't have his money. So Terry tells Man, go back there and look at my daughter and see if you like what you see.
You might want to stop there because you don't want to tell the whole story. We want them to make sure they buy the book.
I'm not going to tell y'all, but some people's like, oh my God. Well, in life, things starts out a little rough, but it gets better. It's going to get better, y'all. But it's just a trial you need to get your feel. And then in 2, we're going to find out how Man and Money's love story. But you know, y'all always got that hater. Y'all always got that hater. Can y'all see the hater? Y'all always got that hater. You're trying to break up your happy home.
Put it up here close. There you go. Yeah.
You know, I like to compare this character, Bill, to Tommy from Power. Since we was talking about it, I like to. If you like, Tommy, you're gonna like Bill, okay? And then the last book I want to talk about is Twins. Now, Twins is about 3 friends that grew up together and they go through their ups and downs. But some of the characters from 2 is gonna go over into Twins. But like I said, this is a separate story, so you can get this book by yourself and you be good. But 1 and 2. You got to get them together because ain't nothing about reading half the story. They're going to the other half. I'm just saying.
That's right.
So, the childhood friends are Larry, Rick, and Diamond. Diamond is very, very important, okay? The twins are not identical twins. They're fraternal twins, so they don't look alike. So, Rick is the nightclub owner.
Okay.
Larry is the street pharmacist. Diamond is very important. Because Diamond is similar to Tammy's mother, except Diamond's mother is pimping her out.
So like Diamonds in the Players Club? Is that Diamonds in Players Club? What's the name? Yeah, your girl Lisa Ray? No, just kidding. Nah. Okay, I'm not gonna get sued for that. Nah, we just no.
So, like
there's no right or wrong on my podcast.
Diamond
Disclaimer.
is very important because both of the twins have like a little crush on Diamond. Okay, so like I said, Diamond is important. There's going to be another part to this book called Diamond Return.
Okay.
So you said, why is it called Diamond Return? Well, you just got to read Twins if you want to find out why it's Diamond Return. And all of these books are available on Amazon.com. The holidays are coming up. It's for that bookworm that reading in your life, nice cozy book you want to warm up to, just be like, hey, baby, come read me a book or something like that, however y'all do it. And also, I have a surprise, like I told y'all, surprise. I am giving away a copy of Man.
Yes, see that? She's giving away free stuff. It's in the budget.
For free.
So you can afford it.
For free. Yes.
So you can afford it. You can afford it, right? You can afford it. Yeah.
It could be yours if you answer the question, Big Heads after you at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, because here's the way this is gonna work.
How's it gonna work?
Here's how it's gonna work. All you gotta do is I'm gonna send them to your chat. Well, yeah, send them to your chat message. Chat messenger, tab T, and chat message name of the book that she's giving away. The first person that does that gets the book. Now, I know it might be a lot of people that be chat messenger. You might be the 5th or 6th person. So don't get mad if you don't get the book. I chat messenger. I didn't get my book. What happened? No, you was too late. But chat messenger, the name of the book she's giving away, chat messenger to her. Even if you ain't friends on Facebook, you still should be the chat messenger. Most times they still let you do it. And she'll give you that book and link up with you, whatever. You maybe meet her here at the 21st amendment here, the 21st Germantown here. This is right here what we're doing. And matter of fact, when I'm talking about that, I meant to talk about this earlier. We got the Blues Rock show with who's the name of these people? The Proven Fire. He was a Proven Fire and Greg or somebody. The Blues Rock show. This $5 again. So I come down and support. They got great food and great entertainment and great drinks. So, but also too, make sure, like I said, you chat message her for this book because she's doing a lot of things with her writing and she loves to write and y'all support her what she doing. Let me say something else about this young lady. She really supports a lot of local things here going in Louisville, local comedians, a lot of things she supports. She really is a good person. So y'all need to support her. She's been a lot of local comedian shows. She's always there supporting people. And some of these comedians, they know who they are out there. And that's great that she goes out and support these people because a lot of times people don't support other people and what they're trying to do out here with their profession. But also too, you gotta, when you support a person, give them their worth. If they want $10 at the door, don't be asking, can I get the hookup? You know who you are. So give them their worth, you know what I'm saying? So, because you know how our people do. So it's a person who said, what kind of mother? Sean, what kind of mother? She's a mother that writes, and she writes different type of stories, okay? It might not be the mothery stories, but they stories.
Well, you have to read the book to find out what type of mother would sell her child or pick out her child. Because there's always a reason why somebody's doing something. Might not be the right reason, but there's always a reason. That's why you got to read the book to find out. And then a lot of the characters interact with each other. And once you read their backstories, you kind of find out why they're acting like it. But it is a must read. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. You will know what she's saying.
Read it. Not her. She pimped the girl out. Go ahead. Tell me.
I can only tell you with twins. Now with Tammy, I can't tell you, but with twins, I can tell you this. Diamond's mother is gonna get her upcomings, but I can't tell y'all everything. You gotta buy the book.
I gotta buy this book.
It is worth it. So I'm going to turn the questions over to Mr. Man.
Because I want to ask her a couple questions. Okay. So y'all just bear with us. What made you get into writing? What made you get into writing?
For the comedian community, y'all know me as I used to help another local author, April Baines, promote her books. So that's why y'all know me. And that I always wanted to write books, but I didn't really know how to go about it. And you were saying something earlier about sometimes you're in the lane where you're supposed to be. So I was supposed to be helping another local author, April, out and her getting her books out. Okay, because I really didn't want to do it. It's just something about the way she said it and the way you say things to people. We was in the car talking one day and she said, you know what? I'm going to start writing books, like those lame books and stuff. It's just something about the way she said it that made me want to be a part of it.
Right.
So by me helping her promote her books and asking her about different things along the way, it just helped me to write my books. So that's what got me into writing.
Okay, well, see, that's a great thing because a lot of people, they have a passion for something but don't know how to get into it.
Right.
Okay, or even follow up with, or even do where to get started at. That's like with people, they might make people laugh at the family reunion, but they wonder, can I be a comedian? Can I actually get on stage and do it? How do I start this? But you follow that passion, and that's a great thing. So, but also too, I wanted to ask you this: do you ever have times where, because I know a lot of writers, they write. I almost want to ask you how you write, but I don't want to ask you how you write. What I want to ask you is the thoughts for writing, because there are some great writers, period, out there, and I feel like you're one of them. And where do you get your thoughts at to write? Because I know probably most of it comes from, I guess, from everyday life and reality. But your thoughts of writing, what does it come from as being tapped into the people? Because I know a lot of it, I'm sure it comes from the heart too. But what do you find your thoughts?
I would say a lot of writing comes from life experience. Not necessarily that I'm writing about someone.
Okay.
Because I don't want nobody to say it's about me.
Right?
It's not. And I would mainly say life experience, and it's just something that you want to do. Like some people want to dance or some people want to sing. It's being something that I'm like a arts person like that. Some people, welders and stuff like that. I like doing stuff with entertainment. more like entertainment business, something like that.
Right.
So, like I said, I always wanted to write, but I didn't know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, by me working with another local author, April Gaines, it helped me to learn about writing because I was still old school. I'm still writing it down on the paper and stuff, and they was like, "No, you gotta type it up." And look, I'm typing like this, y'all, but I didn't give up, y'all. I'm typing like this. I'm not. I'm doing like this.
Right.
And then my daughter, she had previously wrote a book, which is another local author, Arthur Latrice. She helped me out too. That you gotta type it up. Then you're gonna want to send it to the editor. Okay, you gotta have an editor because, like me, the periods and the commas and that ain't my cup of tea. I ain't gonna lie to you, it ain't my cup of tea. But you can understand what I'm saying, okay? I might have a run-on sentence and you need to stop running it on. You might need a period or a comma. That stuff is very, very important, y'all. It's very important. We can talk like this all day long.
One-on-one, right?
But when it comes to reading, you have to get those period, commas, question marks. You just have to. So that's why you need an editor. Then the next thing you're going to do, you can either do self-publish or you can either go through a publishing company. If you're just now starting off and your funds are kind of low, you might want to go with self-publishing. And you can do that through Amazon, okay? So once you got your type work, edits and everything, you want to submit it to Amazon. This is very important. How you submit it to them is how they are going to print it. Okay, so that's why you need an editor. You need to read over it because how you submit it, these thighs, eyes, abuse, abuse, that's how they're gonna print it, and then you just go from there.
See, that's good stuff. All that's good information because there's somebody out there right now that wants to get into part of being a writer, or author, or whatever, and put a book out there, and you helping them out. I know what you just said. But let me also say this about my podcast. I meant to go over this earlier when I had my other guests on there. There's no right or wrong on my podcast. We're just expressing our opinion about things out here. So I had to say that for my disclaimer. So I don't want nobody to come to trying to sue the big head light skin comedian. So with that said, don't do it. But with that said, too, I want to ask you one more here because, like I said, I got much love for people that are just writing books because, like I said, there's a lot that goes into that. You know what I'm saying? And I was just talking to her earlier, something that I guess I can go over it on here. There are blind people that still can read books. That's what I was telling her, but it's a certain way they read them, though, whatever. And I was telling her she might want to start doing that they make books for blind people. But with that said, after a person reads your book, and let's say after they read it, they come up to you telling me, oh, it's great, I love it. How does that make you feel as an author? After they come to you and say, I love your book, I love your writing. How does that make you feel as an author? That loves writing and love doing books?
Well, first of all,
because I'm sure, you know.
It makes me feel good because before I started writing, I get other people to read it and kind of get their opinion on it and stuff. So they're good stories, and I know they're good stories. And just like with your former guests and stuff, like you watch the different TV shows and stuff, and you kind of see that people like drama or people like, suspense and stuff. So it makes me feel good, and I'm happy that you like my work, and I want you to keep reading it. So yeah, it just makes me feel good that somebody likes my little stories, and that's all they are, stories, y'all.
That's great. That is great. Because before I close this thing out, you got to tell people how to not only your social media pages, but also how to get the book and how to stay in contact with you if they want the book. And just everything that you're doing, just put it out there because we want the people to be able to get in contact with you.
Okay, well, I have another surprise for y'all. Not only am I going to be giving away the first book, I'm going to be giving away the second book.
Man 2.
And twins. Yes. Dude, because I love the comedian community. Y'all support me so much.
Much love.
And when he comes on his podcast, the other 2 books are up for grabs. So if you didn't get 2, guess where you can go? Amazon.com. Okay. If you didn't get Man 1 and Man 2, because you're going to need the set. You're going to need the set.
Yeah, you're going to need the whole set.
Go to Amazon.com to get Man 2. Then you're going to go to Amazon.com to get twins.
That's
What
what's
else
up.
was the other questions you asked me?
Because here's what
Okay, go ahead.
because so on the chat message, which book you giving away? The man book?
Yeah,
chat
man's
message?
gonna be
I'm gonna keep this
first.
book to myself. And this is hers, man. Y'all
I
get the
can
other.
get man's gonna be the first one.
Well, that's good.
Okay.
But let me say this:
Go ahead.
I got a show I'm putting, a production comedy show I'm putting together for the love of comedy too. I got some great actors and a great host. And I was just talking to Tab T. See, it's how things go for us staying humble and us rubbing elbows together. I told her, I said, look, once you come and just put your books out here doing my show and set up so you can sell some of your books. She's like, yes. I'm like, I'm all for it because see, it's all about helping each other. And I want people to read these books and be really enlightened by them, you know. So, and maybe I can read a little bit of them. You know, I can't read too much. I do a lot of light skin reading, but I read a little bit. And I can talk about it on stage. But
That's right.
so,
it's also available on Kindle. So you
see,
can
I
push
didn't know that.
little
Good. It's
button
on Kindle.
and listen to the book while you cleaning up, or waiting for Sweetie to come home.
Yeah.
We got you. We got you.
Yeah. So see, and y'all women, see, let me just say this for what it's worth. Women do a lot more reading than men. For what it's worth, I know it's a lot of men to read, but I'm thinking it's a little bit more women to read more than men. But us men, we do read. I've been doing a lot of reading here lately. I just need to do more reading. And these books here, I like reading books like this because it leaves a lot of room for the imagination and what's going on in these stories as you read. You're like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen next. I can't wait to get the page so and so. You know what I'm saying? You're like, ooh, you know. So and it strengthens a man as you read and you're enlightened by it. So never be scared to read. It always strengthens a man, you know. So, but read these books. They're good books.
Simple read. I don't have any big words.
No words, but different syllables. You got to look in the dictionary to find a definition of it.
Right. With all that.
Right.
These are urban love stories.
Right.
Easy read. Look. My first book, I didn't do too much because I wanted to see what y'all thought about them. So, you know, so y'all was like, yes, okay. And then I got a little thicker for y'all. But I'm telling you, Bill is a mess. Bill is a mess. I'm telling you.
She leaves some space for the imagination. That's great reading. If you're reading something that's you got a lot of space for the imagination, that's great reading, you know, reading a book. Is there anything else? Because we down here at the 21st of Germantown, and we got a lot of different things going on, but I'm almost about ready to close this thing out. Is there anything else you want to say before I close this out?
Yes.
Go ahead. This is the platform for you to do it on.
Don't forget the question tonight is I'm gonna be giving away the book. It's for free. And inbox me, and he's gonna let me know who the winner is.
Well, now I told him to inbox you.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And so if they inbox you, you'll know the winner.
Okay.
Tab T. Inbox Tab T.
I will find out who the winner is.
Because this is all you.
I gotta let y'all know, okay?
Because she's such a beautiful writer, and I want her to get all the love. That's why I'm gonna help her for the Love of Comedy show too, because I want her to get all the love because she's doing nice things with these books. And people need to buy them and read them. I'm just telling you. So.
And if you don't, like I said, if you don't win one, you can win two, or you can win twins. But like I said again, if you don't win them, you can always go to Amazon.com and get them. The holidays are coming. It's the perfect gift. Like I said, that perfect reader in your life. You know, we all know a little bookworm. Or you're like, oh, these are adult books. Let me say that. They are not for children.
These books definitely got disclaimers on them. These are adult books.
Adult books. So
over 18,
like,
please. Right. Don't let your teenager get a hold of this. Tab T said this in the book, mama. Nah, these are 18 and over.
Only.
Yes, for sure. But it's been great. Make sure y'all get these books. I'm taking these 3 home. She don't know it, but I'm ready to steal these 3. Get the hook up. Nah, but it's been great. And y'all make sure y'all support her with her books and everything. Support what's going on down here at the 21st Germantown. They always doing something down. Please come down here and support that.
Yes.
What else? Also, too, I just keep pumping it. I'll be back here. Let me just say this too first. I'm on Spotify. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Anchor. I'm on Google Podcasts. I'm on Pocket Casts. I'm on Radio Public. I'm everywhere. You know, I'm everywhere. I might be somewhere in your closet talking. So all I'm saying is tune in to my podcast. And you might learn something because my podcast is diverse and it's for the people. And I'm always about trying to help people anyway. So as you can see, we're giving away these free, nice books. So, but with that said too, it has been a great night. Also too, I need to finish this one more thing I got to say before I close out here. This is really important. Make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe to my BHLC podcast. Please subscribe to the BHLC podcast. I love doing this because, like I said, the podcast is verse about helping the people. I'll be back here, same spot, December the 10th, right here, the last podcast of the year, and I'm gonna have a great guest, and we'll be here just doing it again. You know, that's just what I do. So it was great having my guest here, Tab T. Like I said, she's always supported the stand-up comedy here in Louisville. You couldn't ask for a better person to support your stand-up. Just keep supporting what a lot of local artists were doing, local artists, whatever they're doing. Support them because you just don't know how big it is. Support them. Make sure you give them their worth. Like I said before, don't be asking for the hookup, and just keep supporting them. You know, and that's what's up. Because when they make it big, they even appreciate it more, and you appreciate it more. Because I remember when I went to go see that person down at 21st Germantown, then they're on the big stage. So I always support and be honest about it. With that said, I like to leave with a little positive thought every time when I get off my podcast. And I'm going to say this more than anything. It's not always about you. Sometimes it's about you giving yourself to somebody else. And it ain't got to be your significant other. It's about you doing something for somebody else to make you a better person. So with that said, please tune in to the BHLC podcast December the 10th. It's been a great evening, a great night for this podcast. I'll see y'all December the 10th. Please tune in at 8 o'clock, December the 10th, and make sure you subscribe on YouTube. I love y'all, the BHLC podcast, and one on the Tab T. Much love to y'all. I'll see y'all. Have a nice night. Much love.